Hey, how's it going? Thank you. While we're enjoying the scenery on the way up, I thought about a topic we could discuss. It's how our goals change each decade. Be interesting to see what people who are in their teens turning to their 20s, how their goals change on the mountain bike. Same with 20s to 30s, 30s to 40s. It's been so long ago for me, I don't think I remember very well, but I do remember going from the 40s to the 50s. And at that time, there were so many places I wanted to ride, so many bucket list places I wanted to check off. I was super motivated. I also wanted to find out where my skill limit was. I wanted to find out how big of a feature I could do. I kind of wanted to know the biggest drop, the biggest jump, the steepest line, all that stuff. Going from my 50s to 60s, things have really changed. I know where I stand, and while I do still have interest in checking off certain features or meeting certain goals on the bike, it's a lot lower down on the list because I kind of know where I stand, and I kind of been able to apply what I've done to my coaching. And so I kind of figure at this point in time, if people want to come and see me and see if I can help them, hey, that's great. Come on to Alabama and I'll help you. If people aren't interested in that, no harm, no foul. I'll do my own thing. But coming from the 50s to the 60s, it's also a problem with motivation. Let me give you a perfect example. I had this trip all planned out, and I was going to go to 3 different bike parks, all of which are relatively close to each other, about 5 hours away from each other, which is close when you consider how big our nation is. I was going to go to Purgatory in Aspen, Crested Butte Bike Park, and then I was going to go to Angel Fire. Then I got sick, running a fever, feeling bad, and then I got a toothache. Without going into all the details, went almost a full month before I finally had the tooth pulled, and that was a real pain. And I considered just canceling the whole trip. Now, I would have never done that coming from my 40s to my 50s, but my 50s to my 60s, it's about motivation. You know, it's hard to stay motivated, and I don't want to whine because I'm so blessed. I mean, to be able to even come to a place like this is such a blessing, and to go to the places that I've been able to go. Heck, just having indoor plumbing and electricity puts us in the top 1% of the world's population. We're considered wealthy, so I am definitely not whining at all. I am very grateful for the life I've had and however many years I have left. But I will say that I confess about being motivated. It's easy to get down on yourself at any age, but especially in your later 50s, because you're just not what you used to be. You're not as fast as you used to be. You can't you can't do as big of features as you used to, and so it's really easy to start kind of giving up, you know. But this trip so far has taught me, hey, don't give up. You know, I didn't make all 3 of those places. I basically dropped about 15 hours worth of driving off my trip, and I just went to Angel Fire. I'm glad I did. When I first started riding, well, heck, when I was a kid, when I would snow ski, I was on that first lift of the day, and I wouldn't stop until the last lift of the day. I wouldn't even stop for lunch. I tried to eat my lunch along the side of the trail. I wanted to get every single lift up. But now, it's no big deal if I make the first lift. Hey, I ride until I'm tired, and I take a break, you know, take a snack. If I ride all the trails in the mountain, that's great. If I don't, no big deal. And I think giving ourselves that kind of grace, it really does help with the motivation. I'm 2 days into this trip and really enjoying it, but if I just decide to leave and go home after today, that's no big deal. I checked the box, and I was motivated enough to get here, and I'm grateful for that. All right, enough philosophy in terms of motivation, but if you don't think that motivation is different every decade, then you're fooling yourself. So it's definitely worth reflecting on and just being who you are. I love these aspens over here. I'm going to shut up now a little bit and just check out some of the scenery. That looked great. Starting to sprinkle a little bit. I think it's just passing over. I'm cold on this lift, but I'm perfect temperature for riding. I think I said I was going to shut up now. So yeah, let's just check out some of the scenery.